Hi everybody, my name is Samantha and I want to tell you about my business transformation inside SBA. So before I joined SBA, I was on this roller coaster of entrepreneurship where I just felt really stagnant. I've been at this for about a year and a half and I was raising my child, like my actual child, and raising my business at the same time. And so that I put on a lot of pressure on myself to be perfect. The perfect mom, the perfect business owner, the perfect stylist. And that just led me to be really frustrated. And I would blame myself. I would have a lot of mental breakdowns of self-doubt, and it even got to the point where I would start looking at LinkedIn every once in a while because that's how much I just didn't believe in myself or my business. I had clients here and there, but I didn't know who I wanted to serve. So my messaging on my social media wasn't very clear, and so that traction also felt really stagnant. Before I joined SBA, I actually was about to open up a second Instagram account to serve another ICA, but thank God Lauren was like, don't do it. And I'm so glad that I didn't. So glad. I also have been undercharging my clients because I just didn't believe in what I was worth, and I had a mindset of scarcity and fear. And it showed in my results. So in Q4 of 2021, I made $277. I am grateful for the $277 that came my way, but I knew in my gut, in my bones, and my whole entire body that I am capable of so much more, like so much more. And so the problem was that I was tying my worth to the amount of dollars I made, and that made my business's purpose to just be chasing dollar signs. And so that really set myself up for disappointment. But let me tell you what has changed, because in the 10 weeks of SBA, my business is completely different, very, very different. Lauren had told us that business is 80% mindset, 20% mechanics. And I could not agree more, because before SBA, I was doing the opposite. I have invested in business courses before, and I thought I had the mechanics down for the most part, but no one taught me like Lauren did about building a business built with purpose, driven by soul. And that was the biggest transformation for me, was that mindset aspect. So really understanding my why and my purpose of my business, understanding how to build a business with a purpose that ultimately serves my clients to change their lives for the better. Understanding how I show up isn't gonna be like everybody else, and that's okay. So let me tell you what has happened so far. I finally believe in myself. I finally believe in my business, and my mindset is really focused on gratitude and abundance. And I don't think in scarcity or fear anymore. And if I do, I'm consciously aware of it and I journal it out. I don't see failure as the end of the world anymore. I take it as feedback, and I take that information objectively, and I take action based on that so I can improve for the better. I also had another major win where a prospect that I had about a year ago, she said no to me. And after watching videos about the customer journey, I just checked in on her, see how she was doing, and she ended up being a client that day, paid in full. Had no intention of her converting into a client that day, but she did. And so I was starting to attract more ICAs and people signing up for style consultations, more than I have ever witnessed in my entire business, which is so cool, so cool. And I now show up on social media just as myself. I like to talk a lot, so I talk a lot on my TikTok, and my TikTok account has grown insanely. I was at a stagnant 8,000 before SBA, and now I'm almost at 18,000 in just 10 weeks. So that was really huge for me too. And revenue-wise, in the 10 weeks that I've been in business, I've made about $3,500 in sales, and I did the math. That's a 1,234% increase in comparison to my Q4 of 2021. So I just gives me chills seeing that. So I wouldn't have been able to do this without SBA. Like, I know in my gut that I'm gonna be a millionaire stylist, that I am a millionaire stylist in the making, and I just wouldn't have been able to get here without SBA, without Lauren, without all my fellow stylist classmates, like rooting each other on. The support system is insane in there also, and everyone inspires me to just keep on going. So I'm glad I joined SBA, and I cannot wait for what the future holds for all of us.